and welcome back to the second part of this tutorial. Okay, let's try and take care of all of these buttons. Maybe we'll start with exit, so I'm going to just close that and let's write a function here, maybe right underneath here, the frames. Okay, just copy that, paste that there. And the very first function I'm going to take care of, let's take care of that of exit. Right, with the exit, I'm just going to say define iExit, enter parentheses and a semicolon, a column. Then I'm going to say iExit, that is equals to thickenter dot message box. There, let's pick on that message box from the IntelliSense. Dot ask yes or no. Okay, that's it right there. Alright, so in there I'm going to enter the following in this argument. Let's say we have one for the heading and the other one. Okay, there's going to be two arguments in there. This one is going to be confirm if you want to exit. The other one is just going to be the name of the project. So let me copy the name of the project in there, Library Management System, and just paste Library Management System straight in there. And in here is going to be confirmed if you want to exit. Exit. There. Now that is taken care of, we're going to come down here, use an if statement to validate the selection made. If I exit less than or greater than 0, if I exit greater than 0, column, then we want the system destroyed. Dot destroy. There we go, that's it right there. Double click on it and enter parentheses. Then we want to also return. And that is the first part of my code. I will now copy this very function, the function name iExit. So the reason why I wrote it like this is so that it can prompt the end user to confirm if they want to exit or not. So I'm going to go straight down where my button is, exit, and here I'm just going to enter command equals iExit. So I've attached the function straight to my exit button. So let's run that and see. We're going to have to save it first though. Okay, let's see. Click on that, confirm if you want to exit. No, I don't want to exit. Yes, I do want to exit. There. So the button exit is sorted. Those are the lines of code for all the buttons, and here the lines of code for the Treview. There. For my list box, for the calendar, just this simple lines of code. And what else do we have? All my widget there, and I'm going back to my functions. Alright, now the next one is, the other easy one is for me to take care of the reset. I'm just going to copy all of these. Copy. And I will then create a function. Let's give it a function name. That function, I'm going to call that define I reset parentheses column. Paste all of that there, and let's get it indented. I'm going to select it all, hold on to my control, and hit on the square brackets. There we go. Right. I will now come in here and just a dot set equals that. Okay, that is the method I'm going to use for my resets. So I'm going to now paste it around, and so on and so forth. So speed that up, and there we go, guys. Function reset taken care of. So I'm going to copy down. Let's go straight down to reset here, and just attach a command and get the system reset. Command equals I exit. There. So that takes care of reset. Run. Let's see. Enter some data in here. And let's try that out. Reset. There we go. That is fine. Exit. Yes. Close that. Back to my function area. There we go. Okay, now that that is done, let's put together a function to take care of my database. I believe you guys can still recall my database. Those are the columns. Okay, in total I have 10. That's it right here. This is where the design was, or that's where it actually take care of the design. You can also see it here. So those are the columns I intend to call. So I'm going to come back in here and just let's come in here. I'm going to call that add data. Okay, let's say add data. That's fine. There. And inside add data, I'm going to use an if statement. Let's check if any of my components are empty. So I'm going to say if member, this very one, if it's empty and the other ones are empty, I want something to happen. So I'm just going to copy that, paste that in here. I want that name has to be there as well. First name and surname. I think that will do. We have the member details, surname, name, and okay. So now let's just change this to get, and here we enter. Get rid of that. There should be a parenthesis in there. If it's equals to nothing, or repeat the same thing for the others. Copy that. Just paste that here. There we go, and here as well. So those three, if they are empty, we want something done. There, enter column there. So if this is empty or this is empty, there's no data in there, or if there's no data in this, I want something to happen. So let's just say tick enter. I want you to say as follows. So let's grab all of this, paste that underneath here, click enter, display a message. So let's say the message is going to be entire data. Get rid of all of this, enter, correct, member members details. Okay, there. Alright, so let's ask it to show error. Okay, dot show error. There. Okay then. So that's fine. Else, I want it to carry out the following. Declare a local variable. I'm going to call it MySQL Connect or SQL Connect, and that is going to be pi right here, pi MySQL. Okay, so that's why I actually imported that. Come right down here back to my function. Pi MySQL dot connect, and the host that will be equals local host, while the user equals root. Yeah, I do have a password, so I'm going to make up a password there. Password equals, let's just enter here, let's make that up, and there. Let's close our password here, open and close it. Then my database name, if you guys can still recall, I call my database that is known as library. There we go, and close that. Now I'm going to have the cursor equals my connector here, SQL Connect, and I want it to get the cursor dot cursor there. Now let's say cursor dot get this executed. Execute. What are you executing? Insert the following into the library. And what are we inserting into library? I'm going to make it, let's just say, values, and those values will be in question mark here. So %s, comma. Since I have 10 of those, I'm just going to copy and paste 10 of those. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There. Close that. Right. Comma there. I'm going to open a bracket now. And inside this bracket, I'm just going to define the names of my data. As you guys can see inside my database here, those are the fields. Okay, and those fields I haven't actually used all of my. If you guys look in here, so let's just paste that, those that I've copied in there. Those are my fields, and indent there. So in there, I'm just going to enter get. Okay, let's just come right here. Say dot get, and enter a comma. And I'm going to repeat the same thing. Copy that, just paste it here. Paste. That's for date and time, date, and there we go. Right, that's my database. And let's come down here and close this bracket. Close that as well. I have another bracket open, 1, 2. So I've closed 1, 2. Now I need to also close my connector here. Come there, get that closed. Oh no, we need to get it committed first before we close that. Then we now need to close it now. Dot close. And what about the message? Well, I can always display a message if the data goes in, so we can just ask it to display something. So I'm going to grab all of these. Let's grab all of this, my message box, and just paste that in here. Instead of show error, I'm going to use it as an information. So let's say .info, .show information, show information, and the information I want you to show can be record entered successfully. Get rid of all of this, and we can just enter record entered successfully there, and that takes care of that. Let me just save and run. I just want to put something right here. Oh, okay, look at that. That's to do with indentation, so I'm going to grab all of this up to here and get it indented once. Shift, or you can just come in here or the format here, the indent there. So that should take care of that error. Run, save and run. There we go. You see, all of this data, I have a huge system here, so I've only selected a couple. This and this, two here, 3 here, and all of these. Those are what I've used for my database. I haven't selected it all. You can see member, surname, address, borrowed, DateDue, DateOverDue, author details, the book detail, and so on. That's all. In total I have 10, and that is the 10 that I've just called in here now. There, I've just called this 10. Okay, the system will add information to add all of those data straight into my database, but the question is now going to display it. I also want you to get it displayed straight onto my Treview here. This is very Treview. So for us to achieve that, let's do this. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to enter another function that I'm going to call display data. Okay, to display this data, I'm going to come in here. Let's grab this, grab all of this. Yeah, maybe this as well. Right. Come right here. I'm just going to call it display data function. Display data. There we go. I'll just paste all of these there, and I need to get it indented though. So format the indent. Yeah. So if you're wondering which data do I want to display, I want to display the data straight in here inside my SQL here. This one that I copied earlier. Just in case if my logo is covering there, let me show it to you guys. That is it. I want it displayed. This, all of this, display straight onto my table. Okay. Minimize. So I have, okay, I've connected it. the name of my database, my data password, name of the library, and the cursor. Then I also want it executed, so let's grab this executor here. Execute, that is going to be, let's use selection statement there, copy all of that and just change that to selection. This change it to select all from, select all from library there. And when we select it all from library, I'm going to say result dot, well, result equals cursor dot facial, and if, let's get it clean, if there's nothing inside result, if it's not equals to nothing, I mean, so that will be equals 0. What else do we need to do? I'm going to say self dot, I think it's called library there we go, Treview, that's what it's called. Self.library record, that's where I want to display. Self.library record, paste, okay, dot delete, and then we just enter as follows: get underscore children. Now we just use a for loop really for roll in results. I say for roll in result, roll in result, and we then need to say self.result dot insert, and set whatever we have there equals row. And we just need to get it committed and close the connector there. That should take care of that right there. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to call this, let's call this inside add. Let's come up here and yeah, that's add here. I'm just going to call it here, right here before we close. Yeah. So that is it. We've already called the display inside the add. So I'm going to call the add with my display button. Right, let's come in here and just grab this. Grab all of that, come right down here. And where is that very button? There we go. So we can say command call. Command call that. Let's put a command there though. There we go. There's a command there now. Right. Okay, let's try this out to see if it's gonna work. And that's the add, and that is the display. So I'm using the one stone to kill two birds. Right, so let's run and see. First of all, I will not add anything. That's good. We have an error message. And let's try to add some value. Well, what I wanted to do is when I select any books that we have in the library here, I want all the details displayed in here. But for now, let's just play around with something. Let's say the member is a student and the reference number is ST. That title of the student is, let's say, Becky. Right, address goes down and sales, let's say about £20. Okay, let's see. Click. Right, it's not responding. Let's see why is it not responding. Okay, but first of all, let's see, is there any error? Yeah, there is an error. The name member is not defined. Let's see. But is it stored in our database? Let's refresh. No, it's not stored on the database. Okay. It's right here. That's supposed to be uppercase. And the same thing is going to happen to all of these, so I better change it now. They should all be in uppercase. So member, first name, surname, they should all be uppercase, not lowercase, because this is how I've declared them up here. Here's my variable. There. That's how they've been declared in uppercase. So let's come back down. Just change all of those around. And I'll get back to you guys once I finish correcting it. Okay, all corrected now. Let's run it again. Run. There we go. And enter the details again. Student number. And just change it. And let's go for Becky again. Becky AK Luca. And here 15 Townsend. Lane. Becky AK Luca. And that will be London. And we have that there. Okay, let's see if that works. So I'm going to click on display. There we go. That works fine. Becky AK Luca. There, let's come in here and check this out. I'm going to refresh this, and that is it. We have the details of Becky AK Luca on the system. There. Okay, that's fine. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put in 1 or 2 lines of code, another lines of code, not 1 or 2, so that we can be clicking on these and we have the details in here. Since this is working, then we'll take care of delete. Okay, let's exit out. Yeah. Okay guys, let's take care of the delete. So I'm going to create another method here. So let's say define, I'm going to call that delete DB. There. And let's just grab all of these here and this as well. Grab that, paste that here, come right down. Now let's get this sorted. So that will be the delete from library that is the name of my database, where member equals, let's enter pounds and S there, right, and that is going to be the member that I have in here, in uppercase. Let I get right, come down here and then just paste that right here. That will be right there. There should be a comma there, and this is supposed to be %, not and. Okay, so that's, I believe that is done. Now the other thing is I want the system to actually commence that and copy and a message box. There we go. Grab all of those. Once it's deleted, yeah, and let's get it indented properly. There we go. Right, so let's see, comments, display this, show this, and the message showing record successfully deleted. Get rid of this. Successfully deleted. There we go. Right. File, save. So I'm going to call this delete. Come right here. Where's the button delete? Here. Comma. And paste delete, command equals delete. There we go, that's taken care of. So this is done. Yep, and we only need search. So if we take care of search, yeah, and let's come right underneath delete, where is it, and take care of the search. Press enter. Let's search DB, okay, search DB, get that spelling right. Come back in there, search DB. Search DB, let's ask it to try as follows. Try, and I want to copy all of this again. Okay, and up to here, come back down here, paste. Indent again, and let's get this right. So this is going to be select all from database where member equals and that's all there is to that. And I will now enter the following row equals also dot fetch. Let's fetch it from, let's fetch 1. Okay, and what I will fetch, everything that I have in there, let's grab them here from here, and I'll just change it around. Grab all of those, copy, come right down here, paste, get it indented, and I'll enter them as follows. So this will be set, not get, set, and in there will be row equals 0. The very first one will be in an array of 0, and the next one will be 1. Get rid of this. So I'm going to copy all of this now. Yeah, copy that and just paste it here, and then change the numbers around. That makes life a bit easier for me. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, paste, paste, and paste, and that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, save, and we now need to get it committed. So let's grab. I'm going to grab this. Let's grab all of these. Come down here. Paste. And here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say accept. Get rid of this and get rid of close. I'm going to cut that off and just close it right underneath here and get it indented as well, and indent this as well. Right. Okay, I think that takes care of my search. Okay, let's change it what we have in here. So I'm going to just say no search. If nothing is found, I'm just going to say no search record found. Source record found. Right, save that as well. Save there. And this search, let's call this search here inside my search button here. Where is that? Where is it? Right here. There. Command equals search. Search DB. Save. Right. That is fine. Alright, back up there. Let's see. We should really indent this. That ought to align with the text. There it's indented. Right. Okay, let's run it and see. And let's try out the details of Becky AK Looper right here. I'm going to go in there, ST7647, and we click on search. There we go, we have the details of Becky AK Looper right there. Okay, those are the information of Becky we have in here. So the search function works, and the reset works too. There. Okay, the delete should work. That work, but I don't want to delete this record. Alright, so what I want to do is I'm going to code here. I want to be able to click on it and the data just displays here. So I'm going to exit out, and right underneath here I'm going to create another method. Let's say dev, and that will be known as, let's say, select or selected book. Okay, that's all right. Selected book, and I'm going to enter validate in. Let's validate those value. Let's come in here and say value Value for the books will be equals book list. I believe that is the name of my list box. Let's come back here. Yeah, book list. Grab that. So I just want that the select to evaluate whatever I have inside the book list. So evaluate them by string. So book list dot get, and the argument in the book list will be book list dot cursor selection. So whatever I select in there in that book list itself, I'm just going to enter parentheses and cover the bracket that is opened here. So now let's declare a local variable. I just call that w equals value equals values. Paste that in there. So my very first book, let's see that the book that I have in there, the very first one is I think, let's just see, don't let me make that up. Okay, Cinderella. So I'm going to enter Cinderella there, so I'll be able to click on that and it should display data in there. So close that, come right down here. So I'll use an if statement. If w equals Cinderella, it must get the spelling right, else it's not going to work. Okay, then the following should appear. So let's come right down. The ISBN, okay, book ISBN, that will be .set, and let's make that up. So I'm just going to say book ISBN equals whatever. I'm just making that up. So that's the book ISBN. There we go. And in that case, the book title, that would be God is King. Okay, yeah, that's fine. God is King. There, that's beautiful. I like that. Okay, now let's come back down here. The Author.set. I'm going to just call that Paul Parker. There. That's beautiful. Then what else do we need to do? I'm going to set, let's say, late return. I believe that is what that variable is called. Yeah, late return, fine. Grab all of that. Yeah, come down here. Late return, fine. That will be the cost of about £2. So if you return it late, you pay some money. £2.36p or whatever. Okay, so that's a late return, fine. Let's see this. Okay, that's fine. Now let's assume you want to buy this book anyway. If you misplace the book and you want to buy it, how much would that cost? So I'm going to grab that. I'm going to grab book day loan as well. So let's just grab this, all of this. Come right down here and delete what we don't need. I don't need this to cut that off and press that here. Just want to separate it to look orderly. And get this indented. And this too has to be indented as well. There. and this one, day loan, let's say about maximum 14 days. I think that would do for that. Now the next thing I want to do is let's add some dates to it. Okay, let me enter some dates here. We'll just declare something. I've said D1 local variable G1 as date time dot day dot today, so that should give me today's date. And we're going to make the next one, let's call that D2. That's another date. In the case of D2, I want it to be time dot delta. So I'm gonna get rid of all of these. Let's just get rid of this. Cut this off, put this in here. Now the days equals 14, and this one should be time dot delta time. Delta. Yeah, that should do that. Yeah. Now we now need to add these two up. So let's come down here and just say D3 equals D1 plus D2. D2. Now we assign the value of D2 to we assign the value of D3 to DateDue. Right, now with DateDue, so I'm gonna copy these and just come in here, paste, and change this to DateDue. And in here I should have D3. There. Okay, the default setting for DateOverDue, I'm going to make that as no. We can always change it if it's yes. And maybe a drop down list would have been ideal, but it's okay. But for you guys, you can use a drop down list to have yes or no. Now let's go for borrowed dates. The borrowed date or date borrowed. Those are the variables that I declared that I'm calling right now. DateBorrowed, that will be .set equals D1. There. I think that's all there is to that. Okay. So this very one, I'm going to have to attach this to my list, to the book list. So copy that and let's look for the book list. That's a list box that I call book list. There we go. You see where we have booklist.bind right here. List box select. I'm going to put a comma there just to let the system know which list box that data comes from. There we go. That's it. Where the function come from. That is my function there. So I'm just gonna try it out. Let's see if that's gonna work. It should work anyway. Right, we have an error. Let's see what's the error. It's not defined. Yes, it is defined. Okay, let's check out the name right there. That's it, and that's the function that I copied up there. Yeah. Okay, let's see. I think in the first place there's price missing here. Okay, but let's take care of this first. If you guys notice, this is not indented. It's actually inside search. So I'm going to get rid of that. Yes. Come in here and get it indented. So that's de-indented. There. That is the problem. And here I need to enter price of the book. So I'm just going to make that about £12.99 in pounds. £12.99 there. So let's save and run one more time. And there we go. Look at that. That is lovely. That's nice. Okay. Okay, that is fine. But there's one thing I need to sort out because I took a shortcut on the other one. Let's come in here. I'm just going to, I want to be able to click on this and get everything here. Okay, let's do that properly instead of trying to demonstrate. And this one we just, I'm going to copy and paste this. First of all, let me just copy and paste all of these so that is working. So I'm just going to use else if. So copy that, come right down here. Okay, I'm going to enter else if, since I've already copied, so paste that I've copied, get it indented though, and just change that to else if. There. Okay, we now need to change the details around. So this is going to be games. Let's call that games. Games design. Let's make sure it's properly indented. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to change the details of the names and so on as well. So we can just call that Johnny Davis. There. I still have to change more, but first thing first, let's just try that out. Then I'm gonna have to speed that up. Okay, if we click on this, there we go. The author is Johnny Davis, and there. So guys, I guess you get the whole idea for that. So because I do need to repeat exactly the same process for every single books I have in here. That's a lot. Okay, so I'm going to have to copy and paste, then change things around. Copy, paste. You guys can do the same thing, it's no big deal. Once you write the very first one, just copy and paste, and make sure it's indented though. There. So let's speed it up. Alright guys, so I am done with that. So let me show it to you. There. Okay, it's exactly the same lines of code, just follow the process of the very first one. Copy and just paste it and change it around. That's the second one here, from else if down here, and the third one, fourth, fifth, depending on how many books you have on yours. We have the sixth, seventh, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. The last one is Hello India. Okay, that's it all done. So let me run it now and see. There. So I'm going to click. There we go. Look at that. Let's grab Hello India as well. Yeah, let's see that. Yeah, that works too. There. So that's fine. It's all working the way I want. Now, when I click on this, I want to be able to display everything, whatever I have inside my database. I want to be able to display it here as well. Okay, I experimented with it previously, but let me show you guys let's do that together now so that you know how that is meant to have been done. Okay, so underneath here I'm going to find another variable. I'm just going to call it library. Yeah, something like that. Library info. Okay, library information info. Enter column there. So it's going to, let's ask it to evaluate it as well. And what I just need is the variables. So let me go up there and just copy it so that they will all be in a row. Let's look for this one. This one we do. Copy all of that. Copy, bring it right down. And paste. There. But we need to get it indented. Select all and just come into format, the indent. Yeah. So this one is going to be set. Rule that will be 0. And close that. And I'm going to repeat the same thing for the rest. There. Oh, wait a minute. Why am I doing that again? I believe I've done it in search. Where's my search? Oh, look at it. It's right here. I'm just going to grab it in search. Grab it all to save time. And come right down here. Get rid of all of these. And paste that there. Yeah, that makes life easy for all of us. Come back in here and just de-indent that. Yeah. I will now call this library information. Let's go to where I have my Treview. I can have it down here. Yeah, there we go. Right down here. There, just right here. There's a comma. That's my library information. I might as well just call my display as well. Display. Have a display data. There, that's a function display data called as well. Let's save that. And let's run it now. So let's go to run. There we go. There. Oh, I'm missing my buttons. What happened? Close that. Let's see. Oh, look here. I think this is the problem here. If you guys can see that, that space there. So that is going to be in this very display. So let's look for the display function. I think it's there somewhere. Where are you? There we go. Yeah, look at it. Too much spacing. We only need. Okay, let's got rid of that. Now save and run again. I should be able to see the details of Becky AK Looper. There we go. Becky AK Looper's details that I entered earlier. Now let's enter more data in there. So I'm going to come in here. So let's select maybe lecturer, and that is his details. Let's say it's a doctor and the name is Tony Montana. There we go. And what book does he want to borrow? So let's go for Nigeria, and let's select display. Click on that. Oh, that's it, guys. Look at that. It's now working the way I want. That's good. That is very good. Suppose we want to change this date. If we want to change the dates, I want the date to appear in here. What about that? That's the main reason why this is here. So you can change the date due. So this guy would like me to be able to click and display that in there when I click on this. So let's do that and change this around. So I'm going to come in here. We need this. Okay, let's scroll down to look for the calendar. I think I may have it somewhere. There we go. That's the calendar there. Okay, the calendar is fine, but I'm going to change the pattern of the dates. Let's see how the pattern is totally different. Let's see. There, look at the pattern I have in there. Okay, I'm going to change it to that as well. Close that and change all of this to dash dash dd. That's fine. So that's the pattern for that. Change to the pattern that I have on my list box. Okay, now let's go to, I'm going to go to the add data. And add data, where is it? Up here somewhere. There we go. Add data. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to call my overdue. So let's grab that. Grab overdue, paste that in there, and that is going to be set. And what I want to set is whatever content I have inside the date. So that's going to be dot get underscore date. I think there's parentheses there. And this time around now we also set the overdue. Let's grab the overdue instead of no. I'm going to set that to yes. So change this to S, and here that become yes. There. So that's just to change the date. I just want this guy to agree with me that yes, it can be done. So I believe it is done. Okay, that's all that is required. Let's save and run, and we enter some data in there. Okay, so let's enter new data there. So let's say it's a member of staff and maybe one of the research candidates. Reference, and let's put an R there to say it's a research candidate, research member of staff, I mean, and it's a doctor too. And let's come in here. The name is, let's call that Joe Goodman. An address of Mr. Goodman, number 77, Big Town. Close. Alright, come down here. Let's say it's based in London. Postcode. Mobile number. Alright, so what book does he want? He wants something to do with Hello India. But the date. Let's change the date. Today's date is 18. And the date of return is meant to be 28. So let's say he wants it to be November. Let's go for November, and there I've selected November 5th. If I click on that, I expect this to change and all these details displayed here. It's successful. Look at that. Goodman is there, and there we go. November is right there. Okay, so with that, guys, I'm gonna call it the end of this tutorial. I believe I've met what this guy asked me to do, but let's see, can we delete? Yes, we can delete. Yes, we can delete. That's good. Let's delete, or let's add this guy again. Let's come back here and change this and add him again. Yeah, let's change that, and we seem to have two. So come back in here and just get rid of one. Delete. Yeah. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of this very advanced library management system, although you guys can always develop it and improve on it for whatever project you intend to work on. So please do subscribe to my channel, and you can also join to become a member of the channel. You can pay as minimum as £1.99. That would be very good to help with the development of this channel. Thanks a lot for all your support, and to all my channel member, thanks a lot. And you guys can always get in touch with me, the channel members. You all have a nice day now, and bye for now.